possible to abuse an SI expense account because the magazine was wallowing in coin. It enabled me to avoid discomfort and inconvenience. It was in a bar that I reconnected with the incomparable June Burridge, girl of my dreams since high school. The bar in Fort Worth was the Key Club in the Western Hills Hotel, and we dined later in the branding room. We were both between pictures. After dinner, I took out my gold Dunhill, lit her cigarette, stared into her eyes, and said, "I've got Texas with 9.5 over Syracuse in the Cotton Bowl. What do you think?" She said, "Can I go?" We should have married years earlier, but life got in the way. I made 2 earlier mistakes in the marriage game. My first was Patty, the high school girlfriend. We were married for, 30 minutes, maybe 45, just long enough for both of us to realize it was financially irresponsible. The second was less of a marriage than 2 people finding themselves trapped in an Edward Albee play. Joan was a young English professor at TCU, and she happened to come from a wealthy family, which made her twice as smart as me. Both divorces were almost the same thing as affable. No kids or money involved. Each split fell into the category of you take the books, I'll take the records. Flashback. It's 1997 at the Ryder Cup in Valderrama, Spain. I was in the press lounge, which could pass for a bar, when I was told that a lady from America was at the door and wanted to say hello. I went out and found a slender woman in dark glasses and graying hair. "I'm sorry," I said. "Do we know each other?" She said, "I'm Joan, you asshole." Christ, I hadn't seen her in 40 years. I said, "It is you. What are you doing here? You used to hate golf. You used to throw clock radios at golf." "Nice seeing you, too," she smiled. We left and visited for 20 minutes about life itself. Then she went back to Austin, Texas, and I went back to acting interested in Spain. June married at 19 in her folly of youth, and it didn't last for whatever reason, or reasons. Some marriages don't last. The fact is, I've been the luckiest sumbitch ever allowed to make a living as a writer. Luckier still that June and I found each other. We've produced 3 wonderful kids, Sally, Marty, and Danny. We enjoy great friends from high school, college, journalism, and sports. We're still laughing and loving our way through life after 54 years together. It's hardly news that there's trouble, strife, and entanglements in everybody's life. But when messy things happen, I tend to fall back on the words of Billy Clyde Puckett. Billy Clyde didn't go to Harvard, but he was still deep enough to say, "Laughter is the only thing that cuts trouble down to a size where you can talk to it." My downtime was more satisfying in civilized bars. A civilized bar is where it was discovered that the problem with sitting around is you never know when it's over. Part of the appeal is that cynical wit exists in civilized bars where writers gather, as do suggestions on how editors with 10 ears and blue pencils can be captured and put in straitjackets for making stories look like squirrels have been nibbling on them. Incidentally, I have to say that bars looked more civilized before so many sports writers began wearing shorts and sneakers. Today, you can find dozens of them armed with bottles of funny-colored health drinks, things that could pass for A-Rod's specimen. Among them, there's always one who will take it to DEFCON 2 if anybody lights up a Marlboro. Many are friends, and while I'm pleased to see them looking fit and comfortably attired, it's not easy to envision the old heroes of my trade, John Lardner, Red Smith, Damon Runyon, walking around in public in shorts and sneakers. It's a severe challenge today to find a bar that's not a war zone, even if I only want 1 junior in water at this stage of my development. Granted, I used to require 20 to become witty and charming, or rich and powerful, or to make other people interesting. The mindless din in a bar today renders it next to impossible to chat about worldly things, like exactly how many Kardashians are there.